The time is 6:15. Here is the news edited by Anjana Dodangoda and read by Victor Raj. Here are the headlines of the local news. The President issues orders to further curtail government expenditure. The number of public servants will be reduced. Sri Lanka's key inflation rate eases. The former President Maithripala Sirisena is to contest for the next presidential election. The Immigration and Immigration Department issued highest number of passports in 2022. Foreign news: Brazil's ex-president Jair Bolsonaro applies for 6 months U.S. tourist visa. Sports news: U.S. freestyle skier dies aged 31 in an avalanche in Japan. Local news in detail. President Ranil Wickremesinghe says that the government revenue at present is far below the monthly expenditure for the month of January 2023. The President noted that the General Treasury finds it challenging to meet an expenditures at this moment. The President said the government is in the capacity of paying salaries, pensions, welfare, pharmaceuticals and debt servicing. President Wickremesinghe stressed that government expenditure have to be curtailed further. He also noted that the General Treasury will formulate a priority criterion for this purpose. Until then, providing relief for the public will be curtailed. Furthermore, the President pointed out that public officials should refrain from obtaining goods, services and on credit basis, and any officer who violates this will be held personally responsible for the President, he added. Measures are currently underway to reduce the number of employees in all government institutions. Speaking at the Cabinet briefing, Cabinet spokesman Bandula Gunawardene stated that a system of self-retirement is currently in effect. He noted that the decision was being taken in accordance with the instructions given by the Treasury to all ministries to curtail their expenses. Meanwhile, President Ranil Wickremesinghe too instructed all relevant authorities to curtail government expenditure today, stating that the revenue for the month of January 2023 is far below the monthly expenditure estimate. The former President Maithripala Sirisena stated today that he would contest the next presidential election with the support of the Sri Lanka Freedom Party. He made this announcement while addressing a media briefing at the SLF headquarters. Former President Sirisena said he believes that he could win a presidential election contesting from the SLFP and added that he is not afraid of any conspiracy against him and will not back down from challenges. He further stated that he respects the law and the court. This news comes to you from the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation. Continuing with more local news, the Immigration and Immigration Department had issued the highest number of passports in 2022. It is a record 128% increase compared to the 2021. Previously issued highest number of passports was 604,824 in 2018. And year 2022 is 772,777. Labour and Foreign Employment Minister Manusha Nanayakara said Sri Lanka recorded the highest ever number of people migrating for foreign employment last year. The focus this year is not on achieving large numbers of expatriate workers but sending skilled workers for foreign jobs. Vasantha Mudalige, the convener of the Inter-University Students' Federation, who was in remand custody under the Prevention of Terrorism Act, has been released. The student leader was released on the orders of Colombo Chief Magistrate Prasanna Alves. Delivering the order, the Chief Magistrate mentioned that the accused was not found to have committed any offences under the PTA. That ends local news.
The main news story is brought to you by Siddhalepa Veda Mahatmya.
The Immigration and Immigration Department had issued highest number of passports in 2022. It is a record 128% increase compared to 2021. Previously issued highest number of passports was 604,824 in 2018, and the year 2022 is 772,777. Labour and Foreign Employment Minister Manusha Naikada said Sri Lanka recorded the highest ever number of people migrating for foreign employment last year. The focus this year is not on achieving large numbers of expatriate workers but sending skilled workers for foreign jobs. That ends main news story.
The main news story was brought to you by Siddhalepa Vedamahatmya.
Brush your teeth twice a day for healthy teeth and gums. Supiriviki and Kakulu, your trusted brands in oral care for many years.
Supiriviki Ayurvedic toothpaste for adults. Kakulu Ayurvedic toothpaste for kids. 9 Ayurvedic ingredients of Supiriviki will protect your teeth and strengthen your gums. Supiriviki and Kakulu, products from Siddhalepa.
Moving on to Watchlight, the Constitutional Council met yesterday in Parliament, presided by the Honourable Mahindayappa Abewardena, the Speaker and Chairman of the Constitutional Council. The Council decided to publish the advertisement on newspapers of 1st of February 2023, calling for applications for the appointment as members of the commissions specified in Schedule 2, Article 41B of the Constitution. Draft format of the application could be published on the official Parliament website. The deadline to submit applications is 15th February 2023. That ends Watchlight.
Coming up, World News.
World News headlines first. Brazil's ex-president Jair Bolsonaro applies for 6 months U.S. tourist visa. French retirement age strike hits schools and trains. Samsung profit sink to 8-year low as smartphone and PC demand drops. World News in detail. Former Brazilian President Jair Bolsonaro is seeking a 6-month tourist visa to remain in the United States. The law firm representing Bolsonaro confirmed to CNN Brazil on Monday. The request was filed on Friday. AG Immigration told in Brazil and comes amid reports that he arrived to the U.S. on A1 visa, which is granted to heads of state and only valid while they are in that position. The U.S. State Department has refused to confirm Bolsonaro's visa status due to confidentiality. Strike is underway in France in a second wave of protest against President Emmanuel Macron's plans to raise the retirement age from 62 to 64. 8 big unions are taking part in the strike, which is disrupting schools, public transport and oil refineries. Protests are expected across France after more than 1 million people took part in the first day of action earlier this month. Samsung's quarterly profit have plunged to their lowest in 8 years as customers snapped up fewer cell phones and laptops. The tech giant reported operating profit of $3.5 billion on Tuesday for the 3 months ended December, down 69% from a year ago. Revenue fell 8% to just under $57.3 billion. It said in a statement it was the company's weakest quarterly profit since the third quarter of the 2014, when its smartphone business lost serious ground to competitors. To wrap up the world news, let's take a look at the headlines. Brazil's ex-president Jair Bolsonaro applies for 6 months U.S. tourist visa. French retirement age strike hits school and trains. Samsung profit sink to 8-year low as smartphone and PC demand drops. That ends World News.
Development News.
Responding to a specific question from the government of Sri Lanka. Government of India has agreed to construct 600 houses in southern province of Sri Lanka to rehabilitate homeless, landless, low-income families. The project will be executed under owner-driven model, wherein the government of India will provide technical support and financial assistance to owner beneficiaries to undertake the construction themselves. A cash grant of 500,000 rupees will be granted to each beneficiary's relevant NHDA account in 5 stages. After completion of the project, 600 low-income in the southern province will have their own home. That came to you on Development News. Sports News is brought to you by
Sampath Bank. We present your future.
Former U.S. world champion freestyle skier Kyle Smain has died in an avalanche, his family have confirmed. Smain, 31, was one of the skiers killed on the east slope of Mount Hakuba no Rikura in Japan when the incident happened on Sunday. His father, William Smain, confirmed to media on Monday that his son had died in the incident. That ends the sports news.
Go ekakthiyana youth eකට life එකේ change එකට නියමෙට set වෙන්න ඇස් වහගෙන දැකපු ගීන හැබැ කරන්න youth එකට නියමෙට set වෙන friendship එක මෙන්න.
The all-new NSB Ithru account, NSB IAM, a plan for your dream.
Business News, sponsored by National Savings Bank, the safest place for your money.
Culinary YouTube channel Ape Amma has been identified by ChestnutUSC.com as the largest revenue-generating handle in the country on the social media platform. A worldwide survey by the top online lender revealed that Ape Amma is among the list of all-time top-earning YouTube channels in the rest of the Asia and Oceania region. Ape Amma has granted a revenue amounting to $962,386 and as of January 30th, 2023. The channel has about 2.72 million subscribers. The channel took off on April 15, 2016 and has over 495 million views. That ends Business News.
Business News, sponsored by National Savings Bank, the safest place for your money.
Go ekakthiyana youth එකට life එකේ change එකට නියමෙට set වෙන්න ඇස් වහගෙන දැකපු ගීන හැබැ කරන්න youth එකට නියමෙට set වෙන friendship එක මෙන්න.
The all-new NSB Ithru account, NSB IAM, a plan for your dream.
Economic news, courtesy of... For the 5th consecutive year, LOLC is awarded People's Financial Services Brand of the Year at the 2022 Slim Kantar People's Awards. As the People's Financial Services Brand of the Year, LOLC continues to place the customer first, and this has won the hearts, minds and trust of Sri Lankans, with yet another prestigious award as proof of this lasting commitment. LOLC. Imagine the possibilities.
Sri Lanka's key inflation rate eased to 54.2% in January from 57.2% in December, the country's statistics department said on Tuesday. The Colombo Consumer Price Index reflected a 60.1% jump in food prices from a year earlier and a 51% climb in the non-food group, the Census and Statistics Department said in a statement. Sri Lanka has been struggling with the soaring prices for over a year, largely caused by its worst financial crisis since it gained independence from Britain in 1948. That ends Economic News.
LOLC Finance is taking the power of innovation to the next level, winning 5 golds at the Technovation Awards 2022, leading the digital revolution with cutting-edge interbanking digital payments. LOLC Finance claims the overall gold award, whilst also claiming an extraordinary victory in digital banking. LOLC Finance will continue to innovate with the next generation digitalization of financial services, delivering a superior superior customer experience.
Weather report.
Meteorology Department forecasts a depression over the southeast and adjoining southwest Bay of Bengal centered at morning hours of the 31st of January 2023 over southwest Bay of Bengal latitude near 8.4 and the longitude 84.3 eastwards, about 340 kilometers east of Trincomalee. It is very likely to move nearly westwards till evening of today, the 31st January. Thereafter, it is likely to recur gradually west-southwestwards and cross Sri Lanka coast between latitude 7 northwards and 8 during for afternoon of the 1st of February 2023. Cloudy sky will prevail over most parts of the island and showers or thundershowers will occur at times. Very heavy showers, about 150 mm, are likely to some places in northern, north-central, northwestern and eastern provinces. Heavy showers above 100 mm are likely to take place in some places elsewhere. Strong winds about 50 to 60 km per hour can be expected at times over the northern, north-central, eastern, northwestern and central provinces, and strong winds about 50 to 60 km can be expected elsewhere. General public is kindly requested to take adequate precautions to minimize damages caused by the temporary localized strong winds and lightning during thunder showers. That ends weather report. To wrap up the evening news on Radio Sri Lanka, let's take a look at the headlines. The President issues orders to further curtail government expenditure. The number of public servants will be reduced. Sri Lanka's key inflation rate eases. The former President, Maithripala Sirisena, is to contest for the next presidential election. The Immigration and Immigration Department issued highest number of passports in 2022. Foreign news, Brazil's ex-president Jair Bolsonaro applies for 6 months U.S. tourist visa. Sports news, U.S. freestyle skier dies aged 31 in an avalanche in Japan. With that, we wrap up the evening news on Radio Sri Lanka.